Mrekk once again has achieved something game-breaking in Osu. A new bounty has been set in Osu for something pretty interesting, but it is pretty controversial. 2 or 3 different dramas that we have to talk about, and a lot more in today's episode of Osu News. I'm your host Stu, and I want you to sit back, relax, grab some popcorn, and just enjoy the show. First off, I'm gonna talk about why I wasn't here for like a week and a half, and it's pretty simple. I was just on vacation, I couldn't upload videos. We did miss a lot of stuff, so this video might be pretty long, around 8 minutes or so. So yeah, all I want you to do is just subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one and show your support. Anyways, let's get on with the first story for this video, which is Mrekk once again breaking the game and doing something pretty crazy. I think it's expected for Mrekk to do something like this, but this is already getting really ridiculous. So first off, a few days ago, he once again had another Popoff session where he got a lot of scores. Like for example, he accidentally set a 1281 PP play. Like, how do you even do that accidentally, bro? That's actually pretty crazy. He also set a hidden DTFC on Atoshi no Nokori, as well as re-FCing Utopia once again with hidden DT. And with the help of these scores and a lot of other scores, he managed to reach 25k PP, making him the first ever person to do that in Osu Standard. On top of that, the PP difference between Lifeline and Mrekk is once again 2000 PP, which is pretty crazy. And to mention, here's another interesting fact: the difference between the number 1 player and the number 100 player in PP is the same as the difference between the number 100 player and the number 20k player. But I think the craziest fact out of them all is that Mrekk's top 50 scores is now filled with 1100 PP plays or more. Yeah, this beast of a player is not going anywhere anytime soon, and the only hope we have right now is Lifeline, who is grinding a ton. And let's just say that there is a bounty that he can pretty much claim, but there's a lot of controversy around it. So the official Twitter account of Osu All-Stars posted a tweet announcing that there is now a $200 bounty for the second person to reach 24k PP in Osu Standard. Later, the same bounty grew to $400 for the second person to reach 24k PP, and then another person donated $100 more to make the bounty $500. And people are saying that this bounty isn't really a bounty with how the top 10 is at the moment, because realistically there's only one person who can get this bounty quickly, and that's Lifeline. Jackson, a top 200 player, made a pretty solid statement about this bounty. Hot take: this is pure bullshit. Just say you want to see Lifeline farm again and donate him $400. Bounties are already iffy, and this is just blatantly worse. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth that a bounty offered is literally inaccessible to pretty much every single player. For reference, Lifeline has more than twice the 1000 PP and 1100 PP plays a Kolibit has at 67 to 32 and 19 to 6. In addition to Lifeline having 4 1200 PP plays, which a Kolibet has none of. A Kolibet is the next best option for this bounty. This isn't a bounty, it's a Lifeline payout. People think that bounties will magically create some sort of mystical force that manifests competition, and bounties only barely work on this pinnacle of specific map bounties. If you set a bounty on PP milestones like this, that precedent just doesn't work. If gaining thousands of PP were as easy as just putting in some more effort after being motivated by a price tag, the top of the PP leaderboards would mean nothing. You can't expect some random to jump 4000 PP in a month because of some shitty bounty. It just doesn't work. Yeah, let me know what you think about this down in the comments, because I don't see a lot of people defending the bounty. But speaking of drama, there's a lot of other drama related stuff that happened that week. Like for example, COE 2023 happened last week, and there's a lot of people that went to that event. One of the people being Kroytz, which is a pretty popular mapper but also a pretty good friend of BTMC. While at the event, he decided to record this video together with some of his friends and posted it on Twitter. By the way, here's the video for those wondering. Now, some people were defending this, saying that it's just a joke, and they were also defending Kroytz. But let's just say that the majority of people did not like what they saw on Twitter. The post gathered 127 quote tweets, which is a lot. Most of them saying that they don't regret not going to COE, but also calling Kroytz weird, disgusting. Some of them went even too far, sending him legit death threats. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to show them. Also, surprisingly, Sotarks went back to Twitter, saw that tweet of Kroytz and just said this: "What the fuck am I looking at, and what the fuck happened to Kroytz?" And right after that tweet he said this: "Yeah, I think I was pretty much right to not go to COE anymore after all this shit I see on my timeline, laughing my ass off." Let me know what you think about this down in the comments, but please keep it peaceful. Before we continue with the tea, aka the drama, let's talk about some actual positive news in the community. At the same time, while COE was happening, there was another event in Osu called MOE, aka Moscow Osu event. It's the Russian version of COE, and that event also looked pretty interesting. There was a LAN tournament at the event where Chikoni won, but let's just say because of that event, a certain Russian player came back to the game. I'll give you a few hints. He's a pretty well-known DT player. At his peak a few years ago, he was ranked 2, and for a pretty long time he was the #1 Russian player. And of course, I'm talking about Alumetri. Or should I just say Alumetri? Let me know how you pronounce it down in the comments. But yeah, Alumetri is finally back. Be sure to follow him on Twitch. I'll leave a link in the description to that. I don't know if he's going to play actively, but either way, it's nice to see him back in the game. Our next story comes from a pretty well-known mapper and I guess featured artist by the name of Matrix. And this one is pretty interesting, and it's another fuck up from Osu's staff. One day Matrix went on Twitter and tweeted this: "Not gonna lie, I think it's funny as shit that I mapped for the OWC and got ghosted and replaced, and then started giving badges away to people who helped for the OWC, and when I asked about that, still got ignored." So TLDR, this mapper helped for OWC but somehow got replaced and ignored. But the most ridiculous part about this story is that this incident happened 3 years ago in OWC 2020. There is an entire tweet longer about this whole situation. If you want to read it, then be sure to click the link in the description. But at least the good news is that he finally managed to get some help and finally got the badge that he deserves, aka the reward. But yeah, it's pretty crazy that it took 3 years just for him to get the reward. Anyways, other very important news that happened this week: a top Mania player by the name of Alter recently became a beatmap nominator, making him the highest ranked beatmap nominator in Mania, which is at rank 16, but he's now at rank 17. Hugofrost, who is currently doing military service, is now a corporal in the Korean military, and he also recently posted that he finally has a 1-week vacation from the military service he's doing. Okay, so a top 200 player in Mania by the name of WT, who was also ranked 19 in 4K Mania, recently got caught cheating in Osu in a pretty weird way. A player by the name of Josh Star, with the help of an external program, managed to find out that they're cheating by looking at this weird graph. I'm briefly mentioning this drama because the rabbit hole goes even deeper. Like, this drama involves some doxing and some really stupid shit. So if you wanna see a collab video with a fellow content creator about this story, then be sure to let me know. 3 Catch the Beat players by the name of 1111 and Mrekk got banned because they were account sharing in 3-digit Catch the Beat World Cup. And the final interesting thing is that the Uwu Ting, aka the Wooting Uwu, will have a secret set of keycaps when it releases. So yeah, be sure to follow me at Twitch. I'm going to live stream pretty soon, either today or tomorrow. And be sure to let me know if I missed something these past few weeks. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.